All right, so this is the REIN home screen version that you want to be. So until you find this screen, I was just clicking earlier, took about 6 or 7 clicks to get here. There's not much you can do. So you want to get to this screen here where the REIN is up here and the products is here. So here's the products. We'll scroll on down to Domus Analytics and we'll click on that. All right, so Domus is an interactive statistics program that you have. And we'll scroll on down here to the market review dashboard. So this right here is what's going on for November 2021 market statistics. This is the entire REIN MLS system. This is not any one section or segment. It is every listing. So if it's in North Carolina or Maryland, it's part of this category here. If it's in Northern Virginia, the western part of the state, it is in this statistic. So looking at this, know if you're doing any advertising or marketing, you are skewed in somewhat because you're giving REIN statistics. You're not giving Hampton Roads market statistics or Williamsburg market statistics if you're trying to do that, or Peninsula statistics any which way. So please be aware that this is all of the listings and sales in the system. All right, you have here your dashboard quick links with weekly trends, market insights, pricing insights, and market snapshots. So these also can come down into these little bullets here that just gives you that information. There's a fact knowledge base here for Domus Analytics. If you have any questions while you're going through and like, hey, this doesn't seem to be working like one of the other products I used, it'll kind of give you some insight and sharing into that. So what I want to do here is show you, let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger on the screen for me. So hopefully it'll be a little bigger for you guys. Okay. So when you come here, is the size okay? Size good for everybody? All right. I'm going to go with Tony because I can see her shaking her head. So right here, you have 4 property types selected. You have select all, residential, residential attached, multifamily, and land. You have the 5 regions, Southside Peninsula, Greater Williamsburg, North Carolina, other, all selected. 61 cities and counties, all selected. So the first thing you could do is say, hey, I only want residential attached and detached. So we've now changed our graph so you can see it moved right away. Say, hey, I only want the peninsula. Take out everything else, or you can say I want Southside and the peninsula. I want the 7 cities, whichever way, and you can see those graphs all change. And as I hover, they're active and they're moving with me. And as I slide, you can see these different changes to the listings counts, to the price per square foot, the active inventory. It's all jumping and it's all active and relative. Let's say you were on the south side and you're like, well, I just want Virginia Beach. Take out these. And now we can see in Virginia Beach, here's the numbers for November for Virginia Beach only. And so here is 321, 711, 12, 661, 188. Here is our statistics for Virginia Beach. I could then come here, little print button, click on that. I can save that as a PDF, or I could print it, whatever you want to do from that perspective of saving to use in your marketing information. All right, and I can go over here. I can change this to the peninsula, take this out. Now it's going to give me the 4 cities in the peninsula, and everything just changed instantly from that perspective. And I can go right there, click the print button, and there are my November 2021 statistics. If I was doing a land statistics for some reason, you could put it in there, whatever you might need. But these are really more for a marketing presentation. They're not really for in-depth CMA purposes. This is just to use for more your social media, maybe take on a listing presentation with you and go from that perspective. You could also use this in a listing because it is active and moves with you, and you could show back and forth what the different levels are going back and forth. Any questions on this little market statistics button tool? Nobody? Okay. You could come here and you could change it. And if I put the October 2021, there's the October statistics changing for me. So you can go back about 10 months to find those statistics if you're looking for that. Right. So we can then come over here to the weekly trends. And be patient. This does take a little bit to load because it is all live and active. So it does take a little bit of a second to load up for you. All right, so over here, show your filters. This will give you your drop down of what you're filtering by. So you have property type, again, select all, residential, attached, detached, family, and land. Then you have your different regions, your cities, and your areas. Again, you can choose any which one of these and minimize, and then the price range actually caps out at $1 million. I'm not sure why it doesn't go in excess, but that's where it's capping out. So if you want to change the price range, you can use this little slide tool here to change the price range of properties in a certain area. And we could say, well, let me do Norfolk. See, even I'm a little too fast for it. So you just gotta kind of be a little bit more patient and slow because it does take a second to repopulate because it is live. You get it? There we go. All right, so there's Norfolk. This is the price range. If we're looking for, let's just say 500, we'll do 300 to 500. And we can just do area 11. And there is our, hide the filter. There's our week ending 12/4, 373, down from 380, up from a year ago of 327. So there's that week's median sales price. I could come over here and I could change it to the average sales price and everything else stays the same. Now I've just changed that for the week in those same filters that I had. Norfolk, oh, take out 13. Norfolk, and there's that. For that, just hide the filters. And now I have this little document here. Again, there's the little printer button. If I wanted to print that out as a PDF or a hard copy for some particular reason, you can do that. Settled sales, I could switch over to that. And there's my weekly settled sales. There were 4 of them. Days on market, 16 days, up from 13, down from 53. The number of active listings, 29 active, down 17% from 35, down from 46. So you can see that the trends are, here's your little roller coaster. Again, right there's the print button, and you can make that work for any one of those weekly trends that you want to get more specific, more detailed, more granular on. Then we'll click back here to the Analytics tab because it's not a quick way to get to it. So I got to scroll back down. Again, see it's all loading. Then we can get to the Market Insights dashboard. And you'll see these are loading. It's all active. Again, we have the median sales, average sales, settled sales. We have our filters. We can change those a little bit. So you have waterfront that comes into play for this one. You got some acreage down here, some living area, some price range. So you have a little bit of different things that you can add in. Got a price distribution versus the time series. And you can see the different stats that are going on. You can go by property type, by city, by area, by month, by quarter, by year. Switch this back to time series so that you can see it going. And we need to hide the filters. And there's your little graph for November. And there's your medium sales price. I think I said medium, it's median, not announcing right. And if we want to do it by quarter, there's 2021 Q3, 292. We want to do it by the year, 2021, 285. And there's your little graph. Questions on this? Any questions? Again, there's your little button that you can print PDF or an actual paper document. Again, the one thing is you always have to come back to this market dashboard to get to the other options. So this one goes to the pricing insights. Now you have month to date, last 3 months, last 6 months, last 12 months to date. So we do last 3 months, active, close, pending. Show the filters. We need the filters back. We got the detached, south side, and let's go find, well, we'll just do all the south side. That sounds good. Again, that's not working. We got to pick an area, select all. There we go. There's our little graph. Sorry about that. So here's 49% of listings are below 325, 49% listings below 175 square foot. There's the median sales price, median price per square foot. There are 76, 75 listings, and here's all your little bullets of where the pricing is. Price per square foot, looks like this is the most expensive right here at this $579. And then you're down here to the lowest at $40 a square foot. So you can have these cool little graphs and charts wherever you're kind of looking, whatever you're trying to do. If we go back up to the filters and you want to say it's residential detached, and let's do Norfolk, and we'll do area 11. Here's your active, closed, pending. You want to do your expireds, throw those in there, your fall throughs, your withdrawn, so you just get it real accurate. And we'll say, let's go from 350 to 500, and let's do the last 6 months. And we will choose yes to all for waterfront. And we'll close this. And now here is our little bullet. And there's your little graph, little target, so they can see. And if you want to change the square footage here, do 27. And there's your square footage, and there's your little bit of adjustments to it. This is a little too much for me. Little too much going on. Clearly, this is something that you probably want to do live with somebody, because if you print this thing out, I don't know what anybody's going to really be able to do with this from a standpoint, but you certainly can see your target point, square footage. Average square footage is right around 175 for this average price point of 410, something like that, 4099. Questions on this?
Do a subdivision?
It does not do subdivisions. The most it will do is the area numbers.
Okay.
And I'll tell you, the subdivisions, REIN is one of the few MLSs that has subdivisions by like area. You talking like areas, like area down to the subdivision. They're one of the few that have these areas. A lot of the places have the subdivisions as opposed to the areas. So our areas are very unique to us.
So there's no way to do analytics based on a map view either then?
Not from this program. Yeah, you can't go choose anything from a map view. Everything is based on city type. You can do city, but not anything other than that. And it's not going to give you a map view to look at to choose if that's what you're asking.
Also, does REIN have video webinars? I mean, this is really good information. I just know myself, I'll have to listen to it a couple of times.
Sure. And we've recorded this so you can come back and look at it. You can come here to the facts, and they have some facts questions here that you can answer. And then you can go to the Domus Analytics Knowledge Base. And then they have their Domus University. And then you can kind of come in here and check out their training schedule, which apparently they don't have one right now. Holidays, maybe.
Awesome. Thanks.
You're welcome. Any other questions? All right, so I just want to go back and recap so you guys can see. There are 4 sub-tools: the weekly trends, the market insights, the pricing insights, the market snapshot. And then this is the common tool that is being used in social media purposes, social media distribution, marketing, newsletters, things of that nature. And you can make those a little bit more granular to what you're looking for up here. And you can click on that little print button, get yourself a nice little screenshot. Or if you don't know, let me see if I'll change this just a little bit. This is the tool that I use. I use my little snipping tool. You guys probably can't see that because I'm not sharing the screen. Do something different. All right, let me share my whole desktop because I was just sharing the website. Share my screen. All right, you guys can see my whole screen now, right? You see my mouse moving?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and now you can see down here this little clipping tool I have. See the little scissors in the red circle?
Yes.
I use this clipping tool a lot, this snipping tool. And let me move it over here, click on new. And then what I do is I use this because now when I save as, I'm saved that as a JPEG, so I can save that as a JPEG. If you want to have it as a JPEG rather than a PDF. If you wanted a PDF, then just print it. If you want a JPEG, you can use your little snipping tool. If you have a desktop, and if you're an Apple user, it's Control Function 4, maybe. Am I right? Who's an Apple user? Anybody? Any?
It's Command Shift 4.
Ah, Command Shift 4.
Thanks.
I knew I knew I had something on there. I'm not looking at the keyboard, so Command Shift 4, and you can do a little screenshot, and that'll create a JPEG for you for if you're an Apple user. Thank you, Tanya.
It's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, so you can snap that and have that as a JPEG if you're trying to insert that into your social media post or your newsletters or things like that, rather than as a PDF.